Hi guys, I'm Rocco and I'm a student of Itis Enrico Mattei in Urbino. Today I'm going to talk about variables and constant in C language. But what is a variable? A variable is essentially a container used to store data that can change during the execution of a program. Variables are identified by names and each name refers to a specific type of data. For example, if you would store someone's age, you would use an integer variable. And a constant is a value that doesn't change while the program is running. It's like a variable, but once you assign it a value, you can't modify it anymore. In programming, data types are divided into main categories: primitive data types and derived data types. Primitive data types are the most basic type of data provided by programming language. They store simple values, like numbers or characters. Derived data types are built from primitive data types. They store multiple or more complex data. Derived data types allow us to store and manage more complex type of data. For example, an array can hold many integers instead of just one. Now I explain to you how to use variables and constants in C. Let's start with integers, also known as int. We can use an int variable for store whole numbers. It's ideal for counting or store age. To declare an integer variable, you write the type first, then the name, and then you can assign a value. This means we are creating a variable named age of type integer and we give it the value 0. If you want to store decimal values, you have to use float or double. Both are used for numbers with decimal points. The difference between float and double is that float use 4 bytes of memory and double use 8 bytes of memory. Now let's talk about the char type. Char stands for character and it's used to store a single letter, symbol or digit. In C, a char uses 1 byte, which means it can store 256 different values. And now I'll explain you how to create constants. In C, you can create constant using the const keyword. Another way to define constants in C is with define. This is called a macro constant and is handled by the preprocessor. Constants are useful when you want to make your code clear, safe and easy to maintain.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo, and now that we know what variables and constants are, let's go deeper into how we actually use them in our programs. We do this using operators, which are special symbols that tell the computer what kind of operation we want. I'll focus on 3 main groups: arithmetic, relational and logical operators. Arithmetic operators are the ones we use to do math calculation. They work just like in real life, but they have some rules we need to know. Plus adds value. Example, x plus 3 add 3 to x. Minus subtract. Example, x minus 1. Asterisk multiply. Example, x asterisk 2. Slash divide. Example, 10 slash 2 is 5. Modulo give the remainder. For example, 10 modulo 3 gives 1 because 1 divided by 3 is 3 with remainder 1. Relational operators are used to compare two values. They return 1 if the condition is true or 0 if it's false. Equals to 5 equals 5 equals true 1. Not equals to 7 not equals 3 true 1. Greater than 10 greater than 8 true 1. Less than 2 less than 1 false 0. Greater than or equals to 6 greater than or equals to 6 true 1. Less than or equals to 4 less than or equals to 3 false 0. Logical operators are used to combine conditions. They help us check more than one thing at the same time. And x greater than 0 and x less than 100 true only if both parts are true. X is between 1 and 99. Or x equals 0 or y equals 0, true if at least one of them is 0. Not logged in, true if logged in is false. So, we have seen how to store value with variable and constant, and how to work with them, using operator, arithmetic, relational and logical. These are the basics of programming in C, and they are the tool we use to make our code think, calculate and make decisions.